Time to crack open the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Bulldog Sports Page brought to you by Thursday Night Football. We'll be out pre-gaming again ahead of the Panthers and the Bears. We're going to be at Island Wing Company across from UCF. Taco Bob?
Yes, I'm looking forward to checking this out. Yesterday, a listener was saying, yeah, pretty cool place directly across from UCF. We're out there starting at 6. We have bucket specials, and we have Earth Day birthday tickets to give away. 5 pair. So please join us. Island Wing Company. Right across from UCF, off Alafaya.
6 to 8 tomorrow. What do you say, Bulldog?
I'm hearing Wet Willie may appear at Earth Day birthday this year.
Mm-hmm. Only if you show up and I creep up behind you and give you one.
Bulldog, Orlando City.
Orlando City getting it done last night. They advance into the next round of the playoffs. They end up beating Nashville 1-0 last night. They win the best-of-3 series 2-0. Ivan Angulo scores the only goal. He intercepts a pass, then takes the ball down, splits 2 defenders, and scores. That was the only score Orlando City needed. They've now won 3 straight road matches. They now await the winner of the Atlanta. Who's Atlanta?
Columbus.
Atlanta and Columbus. Atlanta staved off elimination in that series earlier yesterday, 4-2. Now they go to a decisive game 3 on Sunday. So I'm sort of hoping they play Atlanta. That's more of a sort of a bigger rivalry.
So when's that game? Sometime around Christmas?
Right. Yeah, these playoffs. Actually, the playoffs are going to start moving along a little quicker now. There's no longer 2 of 3. They're just going to be a single game from here on out.
I think that's the way they should be, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, of course they should. That's the way they've done it in the past. I don't know why they make the first round 2 of 3. If you're going to make any round later, it should be like the championship round, right?
You would think.
Yeah. Now, dog, question. You said you hope that Orlando City's taking on Atlanta because they've always been a nemesis. Part of me hopes that we take on, well, you guys say Columbus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know, let Columbus wipe them out and take care of some hard work,
Okay. All right. Just saying. You always like to play your rival. The emotions are higher. But doesn't really matter. Okay. As long as Orlando City's advancing, I'm happy with that. What else we have?
The Lightning won last night, 5-3 Bulldog over Montreal.
And then there's the college football playoff. The college football playoff.
Hockey fans, I try. I'm outnumbered here.
It's not that you're outnumbered.
What else to tell you?
You mention it every day. How far are we from the playoffs or whatever they're called?
The season just started.
Exactly.
6 months away. Yeah. No change in the college football playoff rankings that came out. The latest ones came out last night. Ohio State still number 1. Georgia, Michigan, Florida State. However, we may get some movement this week. Georgia hosts number 9 Ole Miss. Michigan finally plays a good opponent. They play number 10 Penn State. So we may get some movement in the college football playoff rankings next week. Speaking of the Michigan story, Michigan is now saying that, hey, some other Big Ten teams have been sharing our signals now. We have sources that tell us that. So Michigan trying to throw some shade on the other Big Ten programs to perhaps get off a little bit lighter, because the Big Ten may come down on them within the next 48 hours, believe it or not. So we'll see what happens with that.
I saw James Madison University has placed another last-ditch appeal to try to be bowl eligible as they remain undefeated.
Yeah. And they're on a 2-year NCAA probation. I don't know if they'll get that waived, but yeah.
Well, it's not isn't it a transition from under division into Division I? Is you can't play it for 2 years, which is stupid.
Yeah, it's a 2-year. Once you move, the NCAA says you're on a probation for 2 years that you can't go to a bowl game once you move up.
That is so dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
Other people have to follow it, though, right? I mean, rules are rules.
Surprise move yesterday. The Seminole Tribe relaunched the sports betting app in the state of Florida. Originally, we thought, okay, they're going to allow sports betting, but only if you show up at the Hard Rock casinos in person. But yesterday, it was sort of a shock to everybody that they relaunched the actual betting app, a limited version of it. Not everybody can get it, but there are some people now who can place bets on their phone. Sports bets on their phone.
As I understand this, if you placed a sports bet with Hard Rock in 2021 or are a member of the Unity loyalty program, you can get access.
I don't even know what that is.
Is that where you sign up at the kiosk when you go to the casino and they give you the card?
I think it's a step further than the card. I think you're like, baby whale, maybe.
I think I have that card.
I don't think that's good for you.
I know this, when it was legal for those 30 days or 31 days back in 2021, I actually did get the app and I placed a bet. So does that mean I can now place it?
Yeah.
I think you're in.
Okay.
You're in, dog. Start placing the hard money, man.
I'm not really a bettor. I only placed a bet just to see how it worked 2 years ago. So, hey, if the state of Florida is going to make a bunch of money on this, I'm all for it. I still think they should open it up to competition so the state of Florida can make even more money than what the Seminole Tribe is giving us. But, hey, Seminole Tribe right now they have the exclusive rights to sports betting in the state of Florida. By the way, Chiefs-Dolphins game on Sunday. Did you see the ratings for this?
Was it big?
Sunday morning. All right, NFL Network. Some people don't even get the NFL Network, all right? 9.1 million viewers.
And that's considering the West Coast start time was 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
6:30 in the morning, 9:30 Eastern time. 9.1 million. To put that in perspective, the World Series on primetime network TV averaged 9 million viewers.
Wow.
For the whole thing.
Wow. All right.
For the whole thing. And now the NFL in one game on a Sunday morning just shows you that the NFL is the king of TV sports. It's the king of all sports. That's why I wish we had an NFL team in Orlando.
Well, I'll tell you what, the NFL should really look and see, take into consideration when scheduling those European games to make sure they are quality matchups like that was.
Exactly.
Yeah. By the way, this has nothing to do with sports. I didn't know Buddy Dyer has been elected 7 times as our mayor. I just saw that yesterday. Wow. 7 times.
I was talking to Lynch.
Isn't it the 6th term?
Yesterday or day. I think this would
is
be
his 7th term.
It's going to be 7.
Yeah, would be his 7th. So I was talking to Lynch, and I guessed 5, and that seemed like a big number. But guys, he's been around forever.
Since 2003.
And he's done a lot of really good things.
Big sports advocate.
And he's been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? All the fires he's had to put out and all these crazy things that have happened. So
he's the Franklin Delano Roosevelt of mayors, okay? Whoa. Remember that Apopka mayor? What was his name?
Land?
Yeah, he was in office for 60 years.
Right.
Or something.
The only one that outdoes that is the tax guy, Earl K. Wood, who actually, I believe, got elected when he was already dead.
Remember, Pat? Yes.
He somehow was on the ballot.
Yeah.
And he did. He got elected because that was just the name that you picked.
Bulldog, we're running short.
Then there's the great Seminole County elections official, the great Joel Greenberg.
Oh,
good Lord.
Treat.
We're running short on time at this point. Can you just take us out with the big old Bulldog bark, please, Mike Bianchi?
Oh, oh.